Here we are, concealed carry options from Smith & Wesson. M&P Day. I'm talking about the Shield. I'm talking about the Shield Plus Performance Center with the comp. I'm also talking about the new Bodyguard 2.0. But the one we really need to scream home about is all talking about the new Shield X. I feel like we should talk about it and take it to the range. Welcome back to Class Firearms, guys. Jason here, and I'm here to talk to you today about the brand new Shield X. Now, before I talk about this, I feel like I should go into the homage of what this is now from what it came from, right? Obviously, it started here with one of the most, or actually at that point in time, it was the most sold CCW gun out in the market. So this one was great, made its splashes, small concealed carry option, very slim, very small, and again, 10+1 rounds, and then you had a 13+1 extension that you could do to this, but this one really started it off, right? Again, Smith & Wesson with their tried and true texturing, their performance on with their M&P line, and they really did take that and shrink it down into something that's a little bit more comfortable to carry for concealed carry. Again, this thing really wasn't that feature rich. It didn't have much going on for it other than its size and capacity, but as we know now and move into the new age of things, we move into the Shield X. So this thing, they really answered a whole lot of questions, a whole lot of wants from the market when it came down to it. From the top serrations now that you can actually get positive grip, do a little press check, all the way down to it being optic ready out of the box. And again, whole redesign on the ergos. Again, comparing this one to its predecessor, you could tell that beaver tail in the back right there, really meant for larger style hands, really meant for all hands and all styles of shooting, but again, a really more aggressive grip texture when it comes down to it. It's almost like they paid homage to it from, the Bodyguard, right? They took everything from the Bodyguard 2.0, put it into the Shield, and then this is what you got. Obviously, the Bodyguard didn't have optics ready, but again, larger platform, you can definitely get away with that. This meaning a 12+1 round, I mean, that's pretty cool for a small little 380. But enough about the Bodyguard, let's get back into the Shield. Again, Smith & Wesson, M&P line, synonymous, tried and true for its performance. Again, I cannot not write home about the grip texture anymore. Again, this feels really good in hand. It allows me to get a full purchase on there for one. And again, coming with a 13+1 flush mag, and then I can take this out and use the 15+1 mag to give me even more capacity and grip. So there you are, 15 rounds on tap, on par with your standard Glock 19s, standard M&P lines, but yet also made in this configuration for concealed carry. Like I mentioned, traditional M&P styling, like I said, those kind of, honestly, it kind of looks like a Carnival cruise ship tail, if you can see what I'm saying. But again, optics ready, and it still gives you that nice little loaded chamber indicator on top if you want to peek through, if you don't want to press check. But then, like I said, the ergos are completely redesigned. Whether it be like the new squared off trigger guard to actually allow lights that make sense. Not the small TLR6, which gives you 125 lumens. You can actually fit a TLR7 sub on here and keep it working. So, or basically any light that accommodates to a Picatinny. Obviously, holster compatibility, you got to find that on your own. But of course, they bumped it up to the new trigger. The new trigger was kind of common with the newer style of shields. But then, of course, we all know it was a huge upgrade from the hinge trigger, even though the hinge trigger did perform better in cold weather. Thanks, Grantham. We appreciate that one. This one is really built on performance for the shooter. Of course, got the traditional trigger safety hit right here. Get down to that wall. Nice pronounced wall. Break is nice and crisp. Good little reset. Resets right there on the wall. Again, solid break nonetheless. And again, you have that high vis front sight on here. Again, all these serrations here for all your press check guys and got to do your tactical stuff. That's awesome. Moving back up to the top where again, high vis front sight, blacked out rear, gives you all that nice little tactical thing. Got those anti-glare relief cuts in there as well. So gives you a nice little high vis thing to focus on in case you are not running a dot. Again, it being cut for a Shield RMSC. You got all the options known to you, so there's that. Moving on down to, like I said, the grip texture and everything when it comes to the new ergonomics of the frame. Still carrying over that traditional thumb safety. If you want to be that person, it's non-evasive. So I will say this is one of the most comfortable safety guns that actually has a safety that you can literally get on there. If you're drawing up there, put it on or take it off. If you're drawing at the same time, whatever. It does really work well and it's not in the way. So again, street price around, well, first of all, MSRP around $5.99, street price around, I don't know, $4.99. It seems like a very good viable upgrade from yesteryears to the new hotness of the Shield X. I feel like I've yapped on about this for so long now. I feel like we should go to the range and actually run it. Let's do it. Here we are at the range, right? The new hotness, the Shield X, right? New form, new function, same type of pedigree. Got that going on. And then we here go to the Shield Plus. Now this one's, again, pretty cool. Kind of follows the same form function as the OG one, but again, solid performer. And then the Performance Center Shield Plus. So this one's got a little bit more bells and whistles. Realistically, different cuts, definitely comped, and still kind of like the same thing. But let's give them a run for the money. All right, let's start out with the OG one, the Shield 9 Plus. Again, this one's really cool. Got a small form function, very, very built for concealed carry, and let's give it a run. Again, I have to notice that I've got to readjust my hand every time for this just because of that short grip that it has on here. I mean, I know that they make an extended magazine version of it, but still, my pinky is just literally hanging on for a dear life. And of course, I've got, you know, grown man hands, so there it is. Let's give the one that's the comp carry a shot now. Here you are, the comp carry one or the Performance Center one. This thing's got a longer sight radius, but again, still that same smaller grip, so my pinky is hanging off, but this one does have the extended magazine, so it gives me a little bit more room for the hand. I can get somewhat a better grip on it, so let's give it a run. Again, feels really good. The trigger's amazing. You do notice a little bit more with the comp, but this is not about the comp. This is just about the feel of the shields. I feel like we should move up to the new guy, the Shield X. Here we are, the new kid on the block, right? As you can see right off the gate, the new ergonomics really do play a huge factor into this. Like right there, full hand on, full grip. And again, you can see that extended beaver tail right there really keeps the meat out of my hand there. So it's awesome. But I'm gonna use both of the mags with this. So I'm gonna use the flush carry mag and also the extended mag. And let's really give it a run. So right there, flush carry mag went in, and then I don't have to readjust my hand for anything. So right off the gate, this thing's looking like a winner to me. Really cool. Get that mag out of there. Again, the extended magazine, bump it up to full capacity now. Woo! This thing did not want to jump from my hand, not one bit. This is a very viable option. I really feel like Smith & Wesson really listened to the market when it came down to this. They gave this gun a full-size feel with keeping it extra so slim. So still maintaining that, you know, 1 inch or less than 1 inch grip form factor. So I love that. And again, full capability out of this thing, 15 rounds. So you're comparing this to, I don't know, M&P 9C or even the Glock 19. So this thing really does take the
macro.
Ooh, the macro. A couple more rounds.
Yeah.
And then they'd be there. But again, in the ballpark, I get it. But still, optics ready. My only gripe about this gun, again, Smith & Wesson, I don't know why you guys do these sights right here. I really don't know why. It's really strange. It's like a little, like again, like a carnival boat, you know, fin. I'm pretty sure our editor could throw one of those up on there and then you'll know what I'm talking about. Or you know what, the Free Willy tail. There you go. Shout out to that. But again, guys, this thing's really, really awesome. And again, for the price, you can't miss it. Great trigger, great ergos. Plenty of capacity right out the gate. And of course, now that you can have absolutely use a usable light on here, this thing sounds like a great contender for a concealed carry. Guys, let me know what you thought. Which one's your favorite shield, right? You guys like the regular Shield 9, maybe the Performance Center one, maybe, I don't know, this one? Is it gonna take your fancy? Because this thing is absolutely awesome. Look at this thing. Really cool. Optics ready to go.
Feels like a 9mm bodyguard.
With a lot more grip, for sure, definitely. But guys, we appreciate your business. God bless, and we'll see you guys later.